Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for today's video. My name is David. This channel is Damar's Coaching. This video is about borderline personality disorder and what happened in the relationship you had with them and what happened afterwards, why. I hope to make some sense of this to help alleviate some guilt, some shame, things like this, to understand it better, to heal. The title, You Were Never Bad Enough for the Borderline. What do I mean by bad? Bad person? I mean sick. You weren't unhealthy enough. You weren't healthy. Not unhealthy enough. Sick. Shame. I'm going to talk about toxic shame today. And there's something I've been saying for years. We date our own emotional self-worth. Who we feel worthy of. It's about how we feel about ourselves. And we've all experienced shame at some point in our life, right? We've all been embarrassed, failed hard, miserably in front of people, things like this. But when this shame becomes more frequent and more intense, and we're carrying this shame, it's toxic. I call it debilitating worthlessness. That's what I call toxic shame. And this causes self-sabotaging behaviors. This is a dynamic in a relationship with a borderline that I hope you guys can understand. There are self-sabotaging behaviors like procrastination, perfectionism. At some point, maybe we're all guilty of this. But when you're so emotionally unstable, they become impulsive, okay? Behaviors become impulsive, they do. Causing more shame, reinforcing these behaviors. It's a cycle. Now, imagine, okay, if you were not very self-assured, meaning confident in one's own ability or character. Okay, remember, just imagine you aren't at all. And you are a janitor, okay? Not looking down on the job at all. Great job, actually. But if you're not self-assured and you are a janitor for profession, and you try dating a self-made millionaire, president of a large blue chip company, you can see where that's going to go. Or you're 5 foot tall dating a 6'4" person. You're morbidly obese dating the thin, skinny, healthy person. Or 75-year-old dating a 35-year-old. Okay? This is why we don't really see that much, right? Don't have much in common there. But we date our own emotional self-worth. And if we're not assured, we won't do that. Imagine mentally ill dating a licensed psychologist. Imagine your IQ of 75 dating an IQ of 160. It's at least intimidating if you're not self-assured. Lacking assurance and carrying shame, toxic shame, makes a borderline question their own worth. What is my worth in this relationship with you? That's why commonly borderlines might use sex and body, just for an example, to attract, to influence someone into their lives. And that is why we gravitate towards what we identify with, right? If you are a black female, mid-30s, and speak French, if I drop you into a town of people, you'll gravitate more towards women, black people, 30s, speak French, okay? We gravitate towards what we identify with, and then we date our own emotional self-worth. Hope this is making sense. What did you identify with the borderline? What was it? It's emotional. It's not physical. It's not those other things I talked about. Those don't matter. Those are just examples. What did you identify with the person that has that disorder? Is it how we feel about ourselves? Is it our own shame? You see, people with narcissistic personality disorder, they punch up, don't they? They reject their shame and try to overcompensate. Narcissists overestimate their own ability and character. And they get themselves into a lot of trouble because of it. Biting off more than they can chew. Applying for a position in a large company, lying about all their skills and who they are. Yeah, that tends to show pretty fast. If you get the position. Yeah, if they do. But borderlines, compared to how they feel about themselves, can only punch up. I don't know if they ever feel like they meet someone at their own emotional self-worth. They're punching up unless they find someone else with that amount of toxic shame. The borderline possesses fear of abandonment, right? There's a problem with the fear of abandonment. Because of lacking self-reliance, being dependent on you, I need you, scared to lose that, and toxic shame, I'm not good enough for you. And I think we all can identify with that at some degree, right? I mean, we've all felt that way before. You will always find someone better than me. That doesn't feel good. No security. None. And we must compromise our own moral values to be with someone with this disorder. We are all so different, right? But in someone with some degree of self-assurance, some self-worth and moral values is just too different. It's too different. It's like fitting the round or square peg in a round hole. Doesn't fit, doesn't work, does it? And it's stressful. It's stressful trying. You are too kind, too loving. Are you too accepting for people who carry toxic shame? Are we? Do we just allow toxic shame in our life and totally accept it? It causes stress and fear in the borderline. Makes them impulsive. And then their self-sabotaging behaviors. Like breaking up with you, leaving you, cheating on you. And then how does the borderline cope? Projection. Projection. Even after the relationship, they smear you to project what they cannot accept about themselves. They already had toxic shame. And now you think you're better than them. They jump right into the next relationship to be accepted, to raise their value. They need someone. Helping someone with severe mental illness like borderline personality disorder, trying to help them, is not accepting them. It's changing them. And it's too much pressure to want them to be a better person. It's too much. Anybody who's in a relationship like this, please seek professional help. And anybody who's healing from a relationship like this, please seek professional help. Okay, guys? Anybody that wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. The link's down below. I'd appreciate it. Thumbs up. Share it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thank you, guys. Let me know what you think. Ask questions. And I'd love to hear your guys' examples. Okay? Love yourself first. Bye.